He's an immensely talented singer-songwriter. He's risen to prominence with his soulful voice, seamlessly merging R&B and soul and pop. Gained initial fame through his stunning covers on YouTube. And in 2023, I don't know, I feel like I should say finally, hit the charts with his breakout single, Lose Control. From his debut album, I've Tried Everything But Therapy, Part 1. Teddy Swims, thank you so much for being here, man.
Thank you. What a setup, man.
Lose Control. It's been a major hit for you, as has The Door. Tell me, man, how did you first find out about the success these songs were having? Did you wake up to text?
Dude, it was kind of nuts, man. And weirdly enough, we wrote both of those songs on the same day.
Oh, you did?
It or not, at a camp in,
oh my God.
in Palm Springs. And I know there was something in the muse visited us that day. You know what I mean? The little elf walked in the room and we was like, girls, man, she's here.
So you knew you had something magical.
We did. We knew it was going to be special, but did I know it was going to do this? Like, God bless. I mean, I just looked again at, like, the chart just climbed back up to number 7 on top 10 on Billboard.
Amazing.
Again.
Yes.
It's just, I mean, it's like Lose Control is just really doing something unreal, man. And
was there a sense of finally? Because you've been doing this for a bit. You've been going out on tours, headlining for a while.
Yeah, you know, I was. I mean, it's grateful is an understatement. But you know, like when that happens, if every little landmark we pass, I find myself being like, yeah, about damn time.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So.
Right. Okay. Now, as you just mentioned, you've written them in the same day, which I didn't know that. Lose Control, such a wonderful love song.
Yeah.
The Door, kind of the opposite, man.
Well, I think they both come from I was in a relationship at the time with kind of it was, you know, I feel like the thing with Lose Control is it's kind of we were kind of very codependent on one another, and this lifestyle we were living was, I think the substance of our relationship was kind of the substances we were abusing at the time, and it was hard to get out of that, you know, and never feel like there was a way out, you know, and there's always got to be that one like straw that breaks the camel's back that finally lets you, you know, because when you're fighting for something so long, as bad as it is, you put all this time and effort in this fight, you know, it's so hard to walk away, because the longer you go, the more you feel like, man, well, this 2 years is now in vain.
You really invested.
3 years, this 5 years, this 10 years, or whatever it is.
You don't want to waste that.
Now in vain, you know, and you just hope that this is going to change, or this person's going to change, and it just gives you enough to keep you around for a little bit longer. And I feel like The Door was something that really was, I was still, when we wrote the song, I was still kind of in that situation, and I was kind of numbing myself so bad at the time. And it wasn't until after I was out of that situation and the song started getting some, you know, that the album came out, that I was like, it was almost like my heart was, or my subconscious was kind of telling me that, look, there's a way out. You know, I was almost telling myself what I should be doing, and I wasn't there for myself at all.
Just got to say it out loud sometimes.
Yeah, and then now I listen to The Door, and I'm like, God, man, why wasn't I listening to my heart? You know, my heart was saying something, and I was doing something completely different.
That's interesting. So that's one of the things I've heard some interviews that you've done in the past. I wasn't even planning on asking you this, but you know, you said your album is called "I've Tried Everything But Therapy," and one of the times, or one of the interviews I'd listened to you had yet to do therapy. You were thinking about it, and it was saying it out loud was kind of the reason why I enjoyed doing therapy. You know, just actually having a chance to say it out loud to somebody else. I don't know if that's something
Yeah, dude. And I think it's not a traditional sense with a therapist, but I have a dear mentor. I call him my second father, man, who's changed my life in a lot of ways. He just came and did like three days on tour with me too. And this guy, Diamond Dallas Page, you know, an old wrestler, and he's been we talk once a week, you know, try to get an hour in here and there, and we try to he just came and spent like I was you know, drinking a good bit. He came and spent like 3 days with me. He was like, let's get back on that yoga mat. Let's go back work out. Let's sit down and talk. Let's spend 3 days together and really lock you back in and hone you back in. And
how'd you guys connect? You and
I had weirdly enough, man, about 5 years ago, I did this birthday party for Dominique Wilkins, you know, old Atlanta Hawk, one of the best basketball players of all time. And I met him there, and during the pandemic, man, he helped me lose, I'm about 20 back on, but he helped me lose like 70 pounds, man. He really turned my life around, man, and really kind of got a hold of the narrative that I was telling myself at the time, and really he's always helped me on self-love. And the story you tell yourself, he always says, like, you know, that 6-inch piece of real estate between your ears, man. If you can own that, then you can do anything. And he just, you know, he's been such a good person, especially, you know, with as far as I would say he's my therapist, being especially with this kind of rocket ship that I'm on. He's been through that rocket ship and that sudden rise to fame and notoriety, and so he's been so very helpful about being like, you staying grounded and staying focused, and you know, how much of your how much do you want of what you can be, you know, like it's I listened to this one thing by when I mean I'm not completely sober. I'm at 6 days right now, so that's hot. But I'm
not. You got to start somewhere.
I just try to take little breaks. Yeah, DDP was like, "Give me a month," and I was like, "Well, my birthday's in a couple days, bro. Dang." But I'm gonna see it through. I'm still cooking. I'm trying to wait. Try to take some breaks, get a hold of it.
6 days, man. You got to start somewhere.
Yeah, start so. Yeah, I take little breaks, make sure I stay ahead of it. You know what I mean? And so, but I'm just grateful, man, and I'm trying to be the best me I can possibly be. So,
dude, one of the things I got to tell you, man, every interview, every picture, you always seem to have such a great big smile on your face. Seem like just a lovable guy. I don't know that I've ever heard a bad thing about you. So I will say you're doing it right so far, man.
Hey, I heard a piece of advice one time. It says there's power in a good name. I think it was a long time ago. I was growing up in church. This preacher I heard one time said, you know what the name Lucifer means? The name Lucifer means like the most high, the most like the most beautiful. And weirdly enough, when you think about the name Lucifer, you think about evil, not the good things that it actually means. And so I was always taught that the power in a good name, what people have to say about you, the way you treat people, they remember you. What Maya Angelou, we were just talking about this the other day, wasn't it? It says people won't remember what you say or what you did, but the way you made them feel. And that's why I try to always make sure I make anybody feel like they're the most important person, because they truly are. You got every bit of me right now.
That's the most lasting impression you're going to leave with somebody.
Amen.
Now, I've heard you say in some other interviews in the past, pain is paying the bills.
Yeah, man, it sure is, and I'm grateful for that, man. I think in a way that's not so. It used to be, I feel like, maybe kind of masochistic in a way where I used to feel like I would maybe put myself in places to get hurt to try to bring the best out of myself, and that's
pull some of that creativity.
Yeah, and that's like such a not a healthy way to live. But in a sense, though, I do find now that there's a way that I can take and claim ownership, I guess reclaim my pain and turn it into a celebration of ways, with a bunch of other people. You know, it's like to have success out of something like The Door or Lose Control, that I was in such a pain, and now I've reclaimed it, and it's now not only pay the bills, but it's also something that I can sing along with people, and we can all celebrate the same kind of mutual trauma we have together, and say, look at us on the other side of this.
Resonates with so many people.
Hold us down.
Yeah. All right. Now, do you think, as an artist, that is it? Having that pain, singing about pain and trauma, it's more relatable than, I don't know, a happy, feel good.
No, I mean, I think on the next record too, there's a whole lot more. There's, there is like a lot more like healed stance on certain things. I'm in a happy relationship now, but there was always this sense of pain or this sense of learning and trying to navigate. Am I good enough for this, or do I deserve this? And I don't want to live my life like that. But I think we all have a struggle with trying to. It's easy to go back in the same thing, even if it's pain. Like it's what you're used to. There's a familiarity to like choosing the same pattern over and over again. And I'm at a point now where I'm healing and trying
breaking out of that cycle.
And knowing that I can come back and access that stuff for not only the reminder or the humility's sake of it, but for if I want to tap back into it, I don't have to be in turmoil to write about things I've already gone through. I don't have to stay right there. So
good.
It's good to heal, and it's good to still talk about it.
Teddy, it seems to me, I don't know if you feel this way, but it seems to me, looking at everything you've done this year, you've had an incredibly busy year.
Yeah.
You're in the midst of touring. You just performed at the MTV Video Music Awards a couple weeks ago. You released the new single "Bad Dreams," which is, by the way, commanding a lot of attention as well. Are you having any time to enjoy this?
Oh man, I sure am, dude. I'm trying to be as present as possible anytime I can be, and I celebrate those little wins, but without getting too carried away, which we do a lot, get carried away. But I'm at this place, I think, in my life where there's enough people now making plans around me for me, So I tend to just try to be like as present in every moment I can and celebrate the wins when I can and smell the roses as much as possible.
Sure, you got to stop.
And let everybody else do the planning. You know what I mean? I think planning too much is only going to keep you away from the right now. So luckily there's people that do that, and I get to just live and love and freely,
Love it. Now, Teddy, looking ahead, obviously you're working on new music with the new single you just dropped. Is it safe to assume we're going I've Tried Everything But Therapy Part 2?
Yes, sir. Yeah, we are just right now. We finally got the sequence done a couple of days ago, and I think it's 13 songs, I believe, is what we're going with. But and the plan right now is January. So we've already sent it into like getting pressed and stuff, vinyls made. So it's around the corner.
That was one of my next questions. Yeah. How long are you going to make us wait?
Yeah, it's supposed to be January, but again, I don't want to give you the exact date because if somebody's like, oh no, we got to push it a week or something.
We're going to hold them to it.
January should be the time.
Any collaborations? Anything we can look forward
to? Without like throwing it out there too much, I know one for sure I'm really excited about and hoping it gets across the line. I got this beautiful song called Black and White with Money Long, and she's just absolutely an angel of a person, and I think it's really going to be a lot of healing for a lot of people, and I think it's going to be a little jarring for some, but I think it's going to be a good thing. So I'm looking forward to that, but again, hope we get that pushed across the line. So.
Awesome. It's exciting. Now, Teddy, I'm really curious because it seems like you do such a great collection of kind of blending genres. Give me I don't know, what's a song that you love that might surprise your fans?
Oh, man. Well, see, I don't even know if they would even know where I would. I don't even know. But one of my favorite albums of all time, the best album of all time would be this band called Acceptance. It's this album called Phantoms, and the whole thing is amazing on it. That or the Carter 3 is like the best album of all time for me too. Okay. Man. I'm a huge Lil Wayne fan. That's why I got my eyelids tattooed. So maybe they'd be surprised by me loving Lil Wayne so much, but I think he's a goat.
So Carter 3, is that also a start to finish?
Dude, that's like top 5 easy best albums of all time, man.
Awesome.
He's the greatest.
Now, Teddy, you discovered your passion for the arts and performing doing high school theater. Is that something long-term, goal-wise?
Yeah,
you're going to dip your toe back into acting?
I would love to. I think now I've kind of made myself pretty only certain roles I can probably play, like maybe like drug dealer or like kitchen worker or like maybe
Hollywood does have a way of typecasting people.
Yeah, but it's okay. I mean, I'll take what I can get, maybe.
Sure, you got to start somewhere.
I can be a rock star, I guess. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So whatever. We'll see. But I would love to get back into it. I mean, I guess they have makeup to cover up whatever it is, but also still a fat guy. So there's still roles for that guy.
Listen,
too.
I appreciate the self-deprecation.
The tattooed Chris Farley, bro.
There's something endearing about it. Teddy, again, I've tried everything but therapy. Part 1, it's out everywhere. Congratulations on the massive success you've had this year. Thank you so much, man, for stopping by. I appreciate your time.